All right, let's do the passing tree right now. This is a basic staple of the pro style spread offense is having a passing tree. I found that when you have something like this, and especially a numbered passing tree, you can teach players very quickly route packages and how to run routes. You can do even numbers one day, odd numbers the other day. Either way you want to do it, or if you just want to pick a few routes and say no 2, 6, and 9, teach those one day. However you want to install it. I found that the athletes really pick it up quickly, and sometimes you need that. Sometimes you've got that first 7-on-7, at the end of the week, and in order to be ready for it and have enough pass plays ready to go, you need a numbered passing tree. Okay, and it's also very simple for them to figure out based on what the numbers are. Okay, and if it stays consistent over the years, by the time you teach your freshmen what a 3 is, they get to the varsity level, they still know what a 3 is. You don't have to reteach, okay? And you can build on that every year, year after year. Okay, so I'm going to go over even numbered routes first and then odd number routes second. So even numbered routes, we'll start with the 0 route is your basic hitch route. And that's 3 big steps, driving hard off the line, and then you're going to break down, run your arms, always run your arms hard with a breakdown, drop the hips over the knees, and then plant hard with your outside foot, break back in. I forgot to say, with every receiver route, the receiver's outside leg should always be back. Okay, they're going to check with the official if they're the widest, if they're the Y or an X, and make sure they're on. Z's want to signal that they're off the ball, and they can check with the official too, although they might not get much communication, but they just want to make sure that the official sees that they're off the ball. And then the final thing they need to do is turn their head in and look at the ball being snapped. Okay, at a wide receiver position or a slot receiver, you can't depend on hearing the snap count. Okay, it's just not going to be possible in some games. So you want to make sure that you're not always depending on that. Okay. So that's just a little point. Always have them turn their head and look inside at the ball and then react to the ball's movement. Okay. All right, so even routes, we've got the Y running a 0 route, that's a hitch, 3 big, turn inside, come back towards the quarterback to get the ball. Okay, another big coaching point is always come back towards the ball. Okay, and some of these routes I do steps, some of them I do numbers as far as yard, like how far you run it. And it's just kind of a personal preference. I think with steps, you can be very consistent and have every player run it exactly the same way. If you do yards, you get a little less consistency, but sometimes the deeper routes, it's hard to count, exactly how many steps, and they slow down because they can't count that fast, or, you get some crazy things happening. So the deeper routes, I kind of like the yards. The shorter routes, I'll just tell them, okay, it's 3-step and plant, okay? Like the slant route, the 2 route, okay? On your 3rd step, you're planting your right foot into the ground and braking at a 45-degree angle inside. Okay, that's a 2 route. It's your basic slant route. So 3 steps and brake on the 3rd step inside. Sometimes you want them to throttle down. Sometimes you want them to keep going hard. Sometimes you want them to take 3 steps and plant outside. That's an outside slant. Sometimes some plays you want them just to run a straight slant. Okay. So the coaching points vary on the plays, whether they run it at the defender or they run it straight or they run it outside. All right, then we have a 4 route, and really this route is only used if you're running a shallow route concept. So that's basically you're going to get to 8 yards post. So on the post, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On your 5th step, you're braking inside. So 3 steps for a slant, 5 steps you break in on the post, and then on your 7th step, you're going to break again straight across the field. Okay, and again on a 4 route, you may coach them up to find a window and sit down, or just keep going based on whether they're in man or zone defense. Okay, so that's a 4 route. An 8 route on your 5th step, planting hard with the outside foot, breaking inside to the middle of the field, the middle goal post of the field. So that's why it's called a post route. You're running it to the goal post. The 6 route, again, you're getting to, and this is based on sprint out passing game. So when we're sprinting out, we're running a 7-1-6. The 6 for a sprint out needs to be 14 yards back to 12. okay, 14 back to 12. If you are just doing a drop back package and you're running sixes, maybe a 66 bob, okay, then you're just going to have them run at 12 back to 10. So a little bit of a variation, shorten it up by 2 yards. If it's a bob package, which is our drop back, if it's a sprint out, you're going to want to add a couple yards to it, sprint out or play action. All right, so that's a 6, an 8, and now let's go on to our odd numbers. Okay, we have a 1. A 1 is a 1 or 2 steps, okay, and I think it's easier just to go 2 steps since your outside foot is back. So 2 steps up and then brake hard and build to the sideline. Okay, if you find that you're still not getting width quickly enough, then you can have them run it what I call a shoot route for their 1, where they just brake right away. They just first step is outside and brake to the sideline. Sometimes I find they have a tough time getting depth on that, running it that way, so I prefer they take 2 steps and then brake outside to the sideline for the 1 route. A 3 route, okay, that's a 5 step and you're braking to the outside, getting flat. So on your 5th step, which is actually going to be your outside foot again here, so you have to really lean into it. 5th step, lean and start a sharp brake. This should be as tight of a brake as possible. Not a nice, loose, easy turn. The tighter you can make that brake, the more separation you're going to get on the 3 route, the speed cut out. Okay, you do not brake down and turn outside. It's a speed cut out. Same with this one right here. A little bit easier to do it after 1 because your speed isn't as fast. All right, the 5 route is, again, if it's a bob, it's 12 back to 10. If you're going to run a press to a 5, it's 14 back to 12. Usually we run trips right, Y, 5. So that's a bob pass, so it's 12 back to 10. Our 9 is a typical go route. You want to clarify, do you want them coming inside or outside? Is there a mandatory release point around the defender there? Sometimes we tell our X's it's mandatory they have to get outside on the 9 route. Okay, but you always want to keep separation. If you're running it from the slot, you want to stay on the hash. If you're running it from the wide receiver, the split end, you want to make sure you always keep 4 to 5 yards separation between you and the sideline. Okay, give your quarterback some room to drop the ball, and where only you can catch the ball and the defender cannot catch it. Okay, our 3 and up is just like a 3, 5th step breakout for 2 steps, and then right upfield. It's a double move. So practice that one. That's a fun route to run when you get the timing down on that. And our 7 route. Okay, our 7 route is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On your 6th step, you are breaking out on the 7 route, all right, to a deep corner. Okay, so your 6th step, you break outside off the inside foot to the deep corner. And the coaching points on this are: if you're in the middle of the field, you tell them go for the front goal, go for the front pylon of the end zone. That's how deep of an angle you need to run it at. If you're on the goal line or close, then you go to the back pylon of the end zone, and that way they can kind of get a good angle for where to run that corner route. Okay. We also have a whip route, which should just look like a 2, but then breaking out. I've kind of drawn it a little more inside here, but you run a 2 and 2 steps after you break. So on your 5th step, you're going to plant and break back outside, staying parallel to the line of scrimmage. And then we have our 1 and up. So again, you're going to run your 1 route, break out, and after 3 steps from breaking out, turn it upfield. The big trouble you get into here is if they run too deep and then break it out for too long and then break it up, it just takes too long to develop. You got to make sure that they get a good, crisp, hard 1 route and then turn it up pretty quick, all right, because they got to get upfield and get some distance downfield for this to work. So that's our passing tree. All right, hope you like it and works for you. You can always add plays, take away plays, however you want to run it. It's up to you. But this is a great basic passing tree package that has worked really well for us.